Welcome to Method of Victory. Andy and Jim here. We're going to be doing UFC Fight Night Canada. Brendan Allen, Reinier de Ridder. Concept is very simple. If it's your first time joining us, first off, welcome. Leave us a comment, say hi. But here's how the concept works. Jim and I pick a fight, then we have to pick the winner, and then we have to pick the method of victory. We rotate, and we can't just pick decision or finish. You have to say sub, you have to say KO, and it's a lot harder than it looks. So let's get after it here. Let's do a coin flip to see who gets That's My Fight. Jim, you get to call it in air.
Tails.
Tails is called. It is heads. So That's My Fight means I get to pick a fight that is off limits. Jim cannot pick this one, and I am going to take... I'm going to take the Gibson fight.
Okay.
Which one you want?
Kevin Holland.
Oh, yeah, that was a no. Duh.
I was worried you're going to steal my pick there for a second. You were hemming and hawing.
Bro, I'm never taking Kevin Holland. I can't get a good read on that guy ever. All right. Now, to see who gets first pick, call it in air.
Tails.
Tails is called. Ooh, it's heads. All right.
Heads rolling.
Yeah. All right, let's start with... I'm going to start with, to me, the stunner as far as a line. I don't know why Bakoyev by KO is plus 250. This guy's a finisher. He's finished ground and pound. He's finished his guys on the feet. If you guys watch us, you know Jim and I are not high on Belgorui at all. He was one of the main guys we wanted to fade. Belgorui's long. He's got that chin that's out there, and Bakoyev's just been violent. I was stunned to see plus 250 on this one. I'm not sure what all they're seeing in this one, but Bakoyev, to me, makes it 3 straight finishes in UFC. What's your first fight?
That was my number one pick, by the way.
Oh,
so
okay.
We lockstep on our number one pick. Number 2, I am going to fade the local fighter here. I'm going to go Drew Dober. I'm going to go Drew Dober by KO.
Oh,
that
Dober
would
by
be
KO. Okay.
plus 100. Plus 100, not the best odds for KO, but I just keep looking at this guy, Kyle, and thinking that he doesn't belong here. He doesn't belong in the UFC. Short notice fight, local fighter, get him on a card. This is such a thank you to Drew Dober, in my opinion, going from who he's been fighting to fighting Kyle. So give me Drew Dober at plus money. I think the local fighter gets the good story, but the fight ends the way they usually do.
Well, let's do our first really, really long one. Actually, I'm going to save it for my next pick. I don't want to put my long shot this high up. I'll take an obvious one. I will take Fierro by decision at minus 150. I think this is just going to be too tall of a task to get Jasmine to get Fierro on the ground, hold her there, and get a submission or win rounds. Fierro's going to be big. You're just going to see jabs. You're going to see side kicks. You're going to see kicks to the gut. And I think Fierro just dances on the outside, pisses off the crowd immensely, and makes this a very, very boring fight that goes the distance. So I'll take Fierro by decision.
I like that one. We're going to put this next one pretty high at 4, and it's got nothing to do with the fighter that I want to bet on. It has to do with fighters that we want to bet against. So we're going to take Danny Barlow at 4. We're going to take Danny Barlow by KO at plus 110. KO. After watching weigh-ins, I'm liking Danny Barlow more. He came in looking sharp, looking weight on point, calm, cool, collected. Santos got up there just like we suspected, light muscle tone. And I'm watching this chin and neck just sitting out there. I think Danny Barlow's going to get back on the right track here. I'm real interested. We're recording this about, 3 hours before face-offs, ceremonial weigh-in, so we'll see where we get from there. But we'll keep the Jordan Santos in the fade category at number 4.
All right. I will go to Park. And I'll go by decision here. I don't trust Silva. He's very dependent on landing the one big KO shot, and I don't think Park's going to mess around on the feet too much. I think he's going to try and get this down to the ground. Silva's decent on the ground. He can hold his own, but I think Park's control is going to be a little bit too much. So I've been a fade on Silva for a bit. So don't forget his last win, he was getting his ass kicked before he landed a big shot and turned the fight. But it was one-way traffic up to that one. So Park by decision at plus 250.
I'll use my fight here at number 6.
Okay.
Kevin Holland, first to the scales. No chatting. No bullshit. One flex, off the scales, out the door. He's pissed off. It's going to be a car crash. You guys already know we love the under.
Yeah.
I'm going with my boy Kevin Holland one more time. Plus 500 by submission. I think Mike Malott tires, and he's going to put his neck right into that Darce choke. You can just see it, right? Holland's in trouble in the beginning. He starts touching Malott. There's that adrenaline dump. Malott shoots a lazy-ass takedown, and there you go. Kevin Holland again locks up the Darce choke and chokes out Mike Malott on his home turf. Why not?
It's amazing. Of all the fighters to latch onto, you pick the one nobody can predict. You just of all the
I
fighters,
enjoy psychopaths. What can I say?
it's like okay, you pick you adopt Grant Dawson as your boy. It's like okay, well every fight is the same. Kevin Holland, there's a million different possible outcomes. I absolutely love that you've invited chaos into your life by adopting Kevin Holland. Okay, I'm going my big long shot here. Lisboa. I don't believe this. You want to talk about local fighters here? Croden, are we sure she's UFC caliber? I don't know, man. LFA, she just would hold girls up against the fence, and I don't think she's going to be able to do that. Lisboa's going to be the better striker. And you mentioned she started crying at weigh-ins. Croden did. We have a long layoff. We have a local fighter theory. And I am going to take the massive plus 1,100 on Lisboa.
KO.
By KO. I think she gets to the chin of Croden. Croden gets wobbled, turtles up, Lisboa by KO. Starts up on the feet. Croden ends up in the turtling up and getting the ground and pound. So, yeah, give me Lisboa by KO.
I like it. I'm going to jump in here and steal your guy before you can get to him. I'm just going to do it. We're going with Davey Grant.
Yes.
Charles Jourdain at weigh-ins really looks sucked out at this weight class. And I don't know if he's ready for what Davey Grant's going to bring for 3 rounds.
Okay.
I just don't see it. This is going to be one of those fights that's violent, but somehow is going to make it to the scorecards. Davey Grant will be bleeding. Let's go Grant by decision at plus 250.
I love you for this
I think
big.
he's going to really outdog Jourdain and just make this an ugly fight. And Charles Jourdain needs a clean fight to look good, not an ugly one. Davey Grant thrives in chaos. Davey Grant by decision.
I like that one a lot. That's really good. I will use that's my fight here. I think Arichi Lang is terrible. I know Gibson isn't great, but Gibson's just going to be able to do just a little bit more everywhere. Striking is going to be a little bit more crisp. Ground game, a little bit more crisp. And Arichi Lang, this is a guy that quit against Daniel Marcos when he was getting his ass whooped. I mean, not competitive in that fight. So Arichi Lang, I don't have very high hopes for. So give me Gibson by decision at plus 130. All right, what do you like?
We're getting down to the tough ones here.
Yep.
Let's talk about Kyle Nelson and Matt Frivola. Love this fight to be a violent fight. These are two guys that are not going to cage grab and cage grapple for 15 minutes. They're going to pretty much go to the center of the octagon and swing away. If that's the case and you got two guys in a firefight, that should be a 50-50 shot of who gets knocked out first. So I'm going to take the guy who I know has a better chin than Kyle Nelson. Let's go Kyle Nelson by KO at plus 200. There's something about Frivola on the scales that didn't look right to me. He looked skinny. He didn't look like he had that big muscle. The muscles in his neck looked like they shrunk. You got a guy with chin concerns. And there's that rigidity going away. I just didn't think he looked right. So I'll go Nelson by KO.
Well, you know what's amazing is I thought I I thought I was going to be cute and have Nelson by KO. I actually have that
go.
down. I was looking at Frivola and I was like, I don't know, Matt Frivola? Really?
I know.
Oh, well. So,
Something
Nelson
looks funky.
Yeah, something did look funky. I'll go to the main event. Pretty surprised that we can get de Ridder by KO. I thought sub would be maybe a little bit higher than it was. So I was pleasantly surprised to get de Ridder by KO at plus 400. Those knees against Robert Whittaker were stunningly nasty, and I thought Brendan Allen has looked pretty bad on the feet. We cashed a nice bet on him against Vettori, but make no mistake, Brendan Allen did not look good in that fight. It was that Vettori looked that awful. And if you watched our preview show, we just kept saying everything keeps aligning up for de Ridder. Since he stepped foot in UFC, if anything good could possibly happen to him, it does. And he was supposed to fight Fluffy, where he was going to get absolutely mollywopped. Fluffy's out, and they give him Brendan Allen, which is just a dream matchup for him. I think de Ridder's probably a little bit better everywhere at this point. So give me de Ridder by KO.
Like it.
I still can't believe de Ridder went from Fluffy to Brendan Allen. I can't believe it.
The dude went from one championship to UFC title challenger in, a year and a half? Everything is aligned for him.
A man who was losing to Gerald Meerschaert, mind you.
Yeah.
Mind you, he was losing to Gerald Meerschaert, and we were like, this man is awful.
We're going to fade the crap out of him.
A year and a half later, he's undefeated. Unbelievable.
Talk about something that aged poorly, right?
Oh, man.
Fade de Ridder.
Oh.
Number 12. All right. I'll go Luciano and Oliveira. I'm going to keep this real simple. I have no desire to watch this fight.
Yeah.
I will not be watching this fight. I will be taking a break. Real simple. Just take Luciano by decision, minus 150.
Yeah,
the over 2.5 is 298. I think that's a deal.
Could be a gift.
I don't see how this fight gets finished by either girl. It's just going to be a low-level women's MMA fight. How is this not the opener and the other women's fight is?
Local girl to start the local girl to start the fight. Start the night out. So. I'll go to another one that probably goes a distance and could very well be one of the most boring fights. That's the Zahabi Marlon Vera fight. Vera's violent days appear to be behind him. Zahabi's 37. I just don't see either of these guys putting themselves in danger, and they're so low volume at this point that I don't see like a huge flurry that knocks either one out. Both of them are good enough on the feet defensively. I don't see where the finish comes from. So we'll take Zahabi by decision. I think Vera's coming up on where we say, whoa, this guy's washed. So we got Zahabi. Is that it? Do we have
That's
any?
it.
That's it. Okay. All right.
We just have 13.
All right.
I'm
so we got
looking through. We didn't miss any, right?
I don't think so. Fiorot, Gibson. No, I think that's it. All right, so Bakoyev by KO, Dilbert by KO, and Fiorot by decision is our top three. Barlow by KO, Park by decision, Holland by sub. Big step out here is on Lisboa by KO, Grant by decision, Gibson by decision, Nelson by KO, de Ridder by KO, and then Luciano and Zahabi by decision to close it out. All right, that's going to do it for the method of victory. I'll be live for Takedown Live. We're going to be watching the fights, live betting. You guys know the drill. If you could hit the like button, tell us in the comment section who's your favorite prop for tonight. And if you want the full preview video, that's on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. Thanks very much. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Good luck. Have a bit.
Did we decide on a taste test? Did we decide what our taste test is going to be?
You know, I was out walking around, and I walked so far. I got to a Walmart. And so I just started walking up and down the aisles, and there's a ton of good ones that we could do. I will just tell you, we did gas station snacks last time, and everyone that submitted photos of their gas station snacks, absolutely awesome job. I have not been that ill in a while. Like, I felt like shit that night and the next day. It was awful. I literally worked out 3 times on Sunday. I was like, get this food out of me. Let me burn off this food. I went out once, and then I was like, gotta go out again. Then, gotta go out again in between the early and the afternoon games. So I would like to not do something that's just shoveling processed garbage into our
Well, you
bodies.
can get some different things at Walmart. We could venture out there. Doesn't have to be bread and snacks.
Dips. I was looking at different types of dips. We could do. I'm open to suggestions, or we could do liquids. We could do drinks. We haven't done drinks in a while, so.
Okay.
But
We'll see what we come up
put
with.
in the
Pick some
comments.
suggestions, yeah.
Yeah, put some suggestions if you got any. There were some great ones walking up and down the aisles of Walmart, but it's got to be something a little different than the gas station food because I can't go through that again. That was wild.
No,
So
taking a break from. I don't think I've even been in a gas station since.
just
Trucks are empty.
driving by the gas station like.
I'm not going. Nope.
All right. Thanks very much, guys. Have a good one.
We'll see you Saturday.